Welcome to Eric Unfiltered. I am your host, Eric, a Gen Xer from Connecticut, where I get into local and national news, politics, and culture. No topic is off limits, no feelings are spared. No mainstream sugar-coated BS here. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's get on with the show. Welcome back. I hope everybody is doing well. Before I get started, if you would like to follow my antics online, you can go over to X, if you would, and find me at Eric Not Sorry, and give me a follow there, or go over to Facebook. People still use that, I guess, at Eric Unfiltered Podcast, and of course, YouTube and all that other good stuff, if you wouldn't mind. The two stories I have here is centralized here in Connecticut again, because things are just going so awesome here, but this insanity probably is coming to a state capital near you, because there's nothing that people love to do nowadays is come up with stupid shit. Stupid laws like Connecticut. I just talked to you recently about some of the bills, the kind of important ones that are, were discussed last week that affect a lot of people in this state. And now we have a couple of boner ones, really. I don't know. I'm in a mood. I'm disgusted with just everything. Life is expensive. And then we have crap like this I heard about and looked into today. And it's like, really? Are you having difficulty putting food on the table? Are you having to tell your daughter, sorry, no dance this summer, kid, sorry, we just can't swing it? Or, sorry, son, no Little League, because we just can't afford it, right? Things are expensive here in Connecticut and other states, but here specifically. But don't worry, our lawmakers are working on important things like Connecticut Senate Bill 452. This is important. We need to pass this. I roll my eyes extensively. It's titled An Act Concerning the Release of Lighter-Than-Air Balloons. I'm not joking. Look it up. SB 452 in Connecticut. What? Gas is outrageous. I'm not even pointing fingers. Okay, I don't know, but gas is outrageous. Taxes are high. Taxes are due. And we're worried about the release of lighter-than-air balloons. Okay, so it states, let's see, what I found out, it prohibits any person from selling, offering for sale, importing, or distribution of helium in Connecticut with its intended use for filling any lighter-than-air balloons. Yeah, that's the important shit our legislators are focusing on. Yeah. Okay, the prohibition takes effect on October 1st, 2028, if it were to pass. The bill's stated purpose is to prohibit the sale of helium for purposes of filling lighter-than-air balloons. This would effectively function as a ban on helium-filled balloons, such as party and decorative balloons, as it targets the helium supply specifically for that use, while not banning helium itself for other purposes. Balloons. We're concerned about balloons. Continuing on, the bill had a public hearing in the Environment Committee on March 13th, 2026, where it received testimony both in support, example from environmental, of course, from the environmentalists advocates citing plastic pollution and wildlife risks from balloon litter, and opposition, example from retailers, balloon artists, and business groups concerned about economic impacts on small businesses like party stores and event professionals. As of the most recent available data, this is a proposed bill under consideration. It has not been passed into law yet. It remains in the legislative process. Connecticut already has a law prohibiting the intentional release of 10 or more helium-filled lighter-than-air balloons in a 24-hour period. We already have that as a law. I feel so safe. So safe. Now, yeah, I paused it and grunted over the environmentalists, but I will give them a little bit. They are right, because I've seen, like, look, I love watching like the first 48 and shit. Love murder porn. I don't know why. I'm twisted. Anyways, and sometimes during a memorial, they'll show them releasing these balloons and stuff. And I never thought of anything about it until someone mentioned it years ago. They're like, yeah, birds get caught up in that shit. Or, animals will try to eat it and die. I never thought of that. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't want a law passed banning. So I could release 9 balloons into the air every day in the state of Connecticut and not have a problem. But why would I do that, right? That's just stupid. So, okay, they do have a point on that. I'll give them that. But we want to ban and restrict the use of helium? Like, really? This is important? We don't have anything else going on. Everything's great. Okay. Moving on, because it's just irritating. Senate Bill 319 here in Connecticut. Now, folks, you may go, oh, yeah, you're talking about Connecticut. I'm going to tune out, dude. I don't give a shit. Bro, y'all live in Virginia? Because y'all cooked. Virginia's cooked. Build a wall around Virginia. I've never been to Virginia or West Virginia, but I can tell you West Virginia is the best Virginia right now, because I don't know what y'all did in Virginia. What kind of communist hellhole are y'all turning into? When like I said, I've never been there, but from what I have heard and seen, and I always thought like Virginia is like almost like the Wild West, fun, mountainous and wilderness, guns and hunting and all that stuff, and now they're practically stripping the Second Amendment out of the whole state. Like, what are you doing? But this crazy bullshit is coming to, or something similar is coming to a state near you. Just like this one. This one I already know is popular in other states and has worked out so well elsewhere. But here in Connecticut, we haven't tried it yet. Communism only fails because we haven't done it right, I guess. Senate Bill 319. From the 2026 legislative session, titled An Act Concerning the Use of Battery-Powered Leaf Blowers and Similar Equipment by state and municipalities. Now, again, this was an AI search. That sounds like a really long-winded, stupid, retarded name, but it is Connecticut. Okay. Okay, so effective October 1st, 2026, the bill sets a phase transition. Now, again, that's if this, passes and all that good stuff. So, starting September 1st of 2027, state departments, administrative services, energy and environmental protection, and transportation must, within available appropriations, purchase, lease, or acquire. You either purchase or lease it. What do you acquire? You're just going to steal it? Okay. Electric, handheld, or push lawnmowers, leaf blowers, and lawn trimmers for state agencies whenever existing gas-powered equipment reaches the end of its useful life. Starting September 1st, 2029, these departments must prepare bidding documents for contractors performing maintenance or landscaping on state properties to require the use of electric equivalent, handheld or push lawnmower, leaf blower. Okay. They're trying to phase out gas-powered lawnmowers and leaf blowers. That's what they're trying to do. Oh, hold on. But they're only talking about, the state. That's where it starts. Okay, continuing on. Starting September 1st, 2030, the use of gas-powered, handheld, or backpack leaf blowers will be prohibited on state-owned or leased properties. Some versions of reporting and testimony reference broader elements, including a proposed ban on the sale of gas powered handheld or backpack leaf blowers starting January 1st, 2029, and a general use ban after September 1st of 2030, potentially statewide, not just on state property. However, the core introduced bill text focused primarily on state and municipal transitions, where the leaf blowers use prohibition limited to state properties. So, nothing about you yet, resident. Not yet, but it will be coming. Recent reports indicate lawmakers are not moving forward with a full statewide sales ban on gas-powered portable leaf blowers starting in 2029 in the immediate weeks, suggesting the bill's more aggressive elements, like broad sales and use bans, may be softened or stalled amid pushback. It remains in the legislative process and has not been passed into law. Again, things are going so swimmingly well in the state of Connecticut, we have to focus on banning more stuff. A few years ago, across the country, people I know New York City was talking about banning gas stoves. People freaked out and they backed off. Now, like I stated, this only says for state and municipal land. It's only a matter of time, folks. It's just like everything else. I've heard bills through the years, like here in the, you know what? I'm not even doing any more. I'm not talking any more stories. I'm just going to rant because I am just so irritated with this bullshit. I remember years ago, hi, baby. Pepperidge Farms remembers here in the state of Connecticut, we did not at a time have a tax on food. Then I still remember having not arguments, but eye rolls towards people I know, even family members, when I said they're going to tax all the food. And they're like, they're just taxing soda and candy and Doritos because it's unhealthy. They're just taxing the unhealthy stuff. I'm like, yeah, for now. For now. And they all looked at me like I was an asshole. Well, who was laughing a few years later when they taxed all the freaking food? It's the same thing with this. Oh, well, they're just going to convert over those noisy and terrible for the environment gas-powered things for just for the state, just for, just for the people that mow the lawns in the Capitol. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's only a matter of time when they tell you, John Q. Public, who's scraping by, who can barely put food on the table, go out and buy a $400 electric mower or pay a fine. Bullshit, dude. And this is everything. I recently, in this state, this shitty effing state, people are going, oh, the gas prices are so high. It's all Trump's fault and this war and the prices of everything. I'm not going to get into the pissing contest to who's at fault for why the things change in prices. And we have our governor and our lawmakers, and they're all out there going, that damn Donald Trump, he's making life on you. He's making life hard, and he's making things expensive for you. Are you going to do anything to help us? Like get rid of the taxes on food, maybe? No. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They're just jumping on next thing. Just what's the next thing to get more clicks or a soundbite or get my name in the paper, because that's all they give a shit about. They don't care about you. If they saw how expensive things are, like they did a few years ago, and they did not get rid of, but they pulled back the gas tax. That did help here in Connecticut, right? But of course they put it right back in, as we knew they would, as they said they would. They don't care about any of us. I really wish Democrats, start talking to you specifically. When you go to the grocery store, I don't care if it's Whole Foods. I don't care if your hair is blue. I don't care. You buy groceries, right? You have kids, maybe. You at least buy food for yourself. You probably have a pet at home, right? Do you put your groceries in the car and think about the number that you just doled out and then look at what you bought and go, holy shit, I got like nothing? Me too. Everybody does that, right? Most of us. I'm sure most of us do that. Why is nobody in the state doing anything to help us? Why are they just, oh, that guy's at fault? Okay, well, again, there are things you could do to help. How about we get rid of the tax on the healthy food in the state? Crazy idea. I don't know. How about we reduce the gas tax? Let's help. Why can't we do that? I wish Democrats and Republicans and everybody in between would stop pissing and moaning over bullshit we can't control. Okay, so you love the fact that Donald Trump bombed Iran, all right? You love it, or you hate it. It doesn't matter. You do know that, right? Whether you are rah-rah for it or dead set against it and you hate it, doesn't matter. You can go online and bitch. You can go to work and complain. It's going to fucking happen whether you whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. Nothing you say or do or tweet or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen no matter what. What's done is done. You have no say. Just like in most of the shit going on every day. My point is, why are we always fighting and bitching and screaming at each other and pointing and calling names and this and that, and nothing changes? We just hate each other more. We just argue more and bitch more. And then those assholes just get more power and more of our money. And they're laughing literally all the way to the bank, taking your money and my money. They don't care if you fill the bubble next to the guy with the R or the D. They don't give a shit. They don't care. It's obvious. Here in Connecticut, DCF, a shit show of an organization. Now, I've said it before. I don't fault a lot of the caseworkers. They're overworked. They're underpaid. And because of that, bad things happened, right? People died. People fell through the cracks. We have a person that was held captive for like 18 years. And because a department from the government has egg on their face, they want to blame homeschoolers and throw a government organization that's already overworked and underpaid, put more shit on their plate to go research people that pull their kids out of school, whether they're homeschooling or going to private school or whatever. Yeah, let's get more involved. Any parent out there that decides in the state of Connecticut they don't want to send their kid to some conglomerate mind-melding shit factory as a public school that's failing their kids, literally failing them, but passing them, but failing them, and they want to send them to something better. Now a state agency, the state wants another government agency to get involved in your shit. Because everything else is going so swimmingly well. And this is not just Connecticut, it's everywhere. Mass. How are things going up there? I see comments from why I know why. They do this to keep us looking shiny at the shiny object instead of voting these assholes out. Democrats, Republicans, we all deserve better. Yes, we can all sit there. We want lower taxes. Well, yeah. Stop voting the assholes in that are raising them. Let's stop focusing on one topic, one thing. Here's another one. Let's stop focusing on Donald Trump. Yeah, he's president for now. He's only got a few more years, right? He's going to term out. He can't run again. So why is everybody going, we got to fight Trump? He's going to be leaving, bro. Well, he's going to try to get a third term. Okay, sure. Sure thing, conspiracy theorists. I can't have a logical conversation with you if you think that. You're a dumbass. That'll never happen. Shut up. You're a moron. If you think Donald Trump's going to have a third term, you're an idiot. Okay, Steve Bannon, another jackass. Dude, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are on. All of us want a nice, quiet, clean slice of home, wherever it is. We want food on our plates. We want gas in our cars. We want a job that pays us. We want a roof over our head. We want our heat to work. Hopefully our air conditioning works, right? Maybe the fans, I get it. You want your kids to be healthy and safe. You want them to get educated and move on in life and progress beyond you, correct? That should cross all political lines, right? Okay. Then why are we all yelling at each other over nonsense we have no control over? None. Let's start focusing on the shit we do have control over. And let's stop the whole, back in 19... Okay, I get it. If you don't remember the past, you're bound to repeat it. I get that. But when it comes to politics today, it reminds me of arguments with ex-girlfriends that always brought up the past. All the time. Like, even now, I'll hear it. I've heard it with people I listen to talking about the attacks on Iran. Somebody will go, well, I'm not in favor of this. Well, I don't have a problem with it because, Obama, he did the same thing and he bombed Libya for 7 months. And jumped through the... Okay. Could we stop bringing up the frickin' past to justify why rah-rah or nay my guy or this guy would... We have no say. You have it once every 4 years or 2 years or whatever this, whatever cycle, whatever position. That's the only time you get to have your say. And if you don't vote, shut the fuck up. You didn't want to have your voice heard in November. I don't want to hear it today. But that's the only time we can have our voice heard. I mean, yeah, you can go to the state capitol and express and all that. But honestly, do they really care? I mean, really. And I'm not just talking Connecticut, anywhere. Do they really care? I saw a video the other day that was appalling. I don't remember which state it was. But there was a woman at a podium discussing her experience on something. Woman related. The woman, the elected official, was laughing at her. Appalling. They don't care about you. They don't give a shit. Some do. But overall, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about you. I mean, obviously, these two stupid bills, these stories I just read, things are so good here in Connecticut. All the potholes are all done. Our budget is set. We're good for next winter. We have all the salt and sand we need. We're good, right? Everything's up on maintenance. All the roads are paved. All the potholes are filled. None of the light bulbs are flickering on the highways anymore, right? Those purple ones down on the Merritt. Oh, wait. They're probably still flickering because nobody in this state does their job. But they want more of our money. They don't want to be friendly to businesses. I mean, think about it, folks. Just on that one banning the gas-powered mowers and leaf blowers and all that shit. Now, you may not care. I mean, especially if you live in an apartment or a condo. You may go, I don't have to worry about that shit at all. You should, because if you live in a condo, you pay condo fees, right? Yeah. Where do those condo fees go to, jackass? It pays for the... There you go. You're putting two and two together. Yeah, so your condo fees are going to wind up going up because the landscaping company that gets hired by the condo association has to buy more expensive shit and replace all of their stuff. Oh, you live in an apartment. Same thing. Your rent is going to go up and you're going to scream, these bastard landlords. No, he's probably raised rates just to break even. It was the bastards at the Capitol that signed a stupid law like this in. How many landscaping companies are mom and pops out of their garage that are going to go, yeah, I could spend, $1,000 on this gas-powered one or $3,500 on this. No, I'll just close up shop. Screw it. I'll go work for somebody else. It's cheaper. Oh, wait, they're all shuttering. Nobody's around. Okay. It trickles down. Nobody thinks about that at all. I don't know, folks. I'm done. I'm just disgusted. That's why I really don't talk politics anymore. The shit drives me nuts, and it's all sides. I know I have to say the caveat. We all know it's primarily one side. Let's face it, but it's both. They come up with stupid laws. It just want to point fingers and, well, we can't get anything done because that guy over there. No, we all need to take them all outside, smack them upside the head, proverbially, not, you know the word, not literally, but just go, hey, y'all work for us. Quit your bitching. We're sick and tired of paying high taxes. We're sick and tired of potholes everywhere. We're sick and tired of you pointing. Sit down, shut up, and do your job. Do your job. Figure it out. Screw this balloon bullshit. No. Fix our budgets. Allocate money properly. How about we do some fraud investigation and shit? I mean, yeah, granted, you're never going to get rid of fraud 100%, but you know it's there. Can we really work for a better future wherever it is you live? Force these people to do their damn job. Otherwise, vote them out. Get out. You're useless. We have no effing use for you. Like Governor Lamont. We have no use for you. You're useless. You are useless. I'm done. Thank you for tuning in.